Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set for Game 2 here between ICC and Calhoun. And we're welcoming to the booth the myth, the man, the legend, the good Dr. Brad Boggs. And Dr. Boggs, well, the Indians dropped the first game of the day 8-6, had bases loaded there in the bottom of the seventh. Just couldn't get anything going, so we're going to try to rally here in the second half or the second game and see if they can earn a split.
Yeah, I mean, it's important. It's the home opener for ICC in the spring. You want to bounce back and at least get Game 2 out and come over here and take Game 2 and leave Valentine's Day on a good note. And you can go ahead and, if you would like to, go ahead and tell everybody how nice I am for thinking of you on Valentine's Day and bringing you some chocolate candy.
You did. Not only that, like you and then Chief.
And Chief
he
did
brought
too.
me some gummy heart-shaped Krabby Patties. So kudos to Chief for bringing those there and getting us fired up here for the Game 2. I tried to let Chief come in and do play-by-play. I was like, you give me your gun, I'll give you the headset. And he just looked at me. And he's like, law enforcement don't play like that, Gore. And I was like,
no, they don't.
Well, probably the smartest thing he's decided all day anyway. We're just moments away from that Guaranty Bank opening pitch here for Game 2. Matt Bordon is scheduled to, or is making the start here for the Indians in Game 2. He is 0-1 on the year. He has pitched 6 innings, and he has a ERA of 7.50. Number 17, Rubiera. It'll be Rubiera, Tim Samay, and Zawacki. Again, if I'm saying that name wrong, Calhoun folks, I apologize. As we're waiting for that Guaranty Bank first pitch here in Game 2 from Matt Bordon. It's going to be a ball, and it comes your way at 4:09. That's a 4:09 Guaranty Bank opening pitch. As this one's going to be hit and rocked out to right field, and that's a positive start there for Calhoun.
Yeah, Rubiera was sitting on that pitch right there, Adam, and just drove it back out to right field there, right center. And so excellent job there and a good leadoff single for Calhoun.
Well, Calhoun, as we said, they won the first game of the day 8-6. And now this is the shortstop, Tim Samay, coming to the plate. He's batting in the number 2 spot. And that first pitch in there for a strike again. I said it in the first game, and if anybody knows, feel free to text me or shoot me a message on Twitter, or the app formerly known as Twitter, now known as X. I want to say it's either Tim or Matt that played at Ole Miss last year. I remember that name at – so it's the batter right now? Okay, so it is the batter. Tim Samay that played at Ole Miss last year, so takes that pitch for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. That pitch missing outside and low. 2-1 now is the count.
Yeah, pitch had a little movement on it right there. Kind of moved out to the outside part of the plate. Samay was able to hang off of that to run it to 2 balls.
So 2-1 now the count. No outs. Runner at first. Fouls this one off. And 2-2 now is the count. We'll give you the lineups in between innings for both teams here. Calhoun was aggressive on the bases in the first game. We'll see if they'll elect to do that here early. Game 2 scheduled for 7 innings, just like the first game. We'll try to check in on softball, as that's going to be a soft toss over the first. Half-hearted tag applied. They're playing number 3, Wallace State. Dropped the first game of the day in run rule fashion, but they're up 5, or nope. Now it's tied, 5-5. My app updated. This is going to be a flare out to the left side, and it's going to drop. Back-to-back base hits, and the ball gets away. But a good job quickly running that one back in. So back-to-back singles to start the contest here for Calhoun.
Yeah, somebody was able to take that pitch and just kind of turn on it and drop it out there in left field. So, good start for Calhoun here with 2 singles, no outs here, men at first and second. And that brings up your number 3 hitter, and I would tell you who it is, but I don't have it written down yet.
So that is going to be Zawacki, the left fielder coming to the plate. Runners on first and second. There is 1 out. This bunt is laid down. It's a beauty. No play. Infield single there. Or excuse me, I said there was out. There was not an out, actually.
No, and that was a great, you mentioned it, Adam, great bunt. Good job squaring around there by Zawacki. Basically just trying to move the runners up was the hope right there with runners at first and second, and dropped it in no man's land out there. And so now you have the bases loaded, no outs.
This is Valera coming to the plate now, batting in that 4 spot, playing out in right field. At first pitch inside for a ball. They've played 5 out in Alabama. It's ICC 5, Wallace State 5. It was 5-2 heading into the inning, but Wallace making a little bit of rally there late. Swing and a miss. 1-1 now is the count here. Got Dr. Brad Boggs in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth, joining us here in Game 2. So that pitch missing outside now. 2-1 is the count. Brad told him we normally have basketball on Thursday nights, but don't have it this. We got the beauty pageant, so are you going to help commentate that Thursday night?
No, they didn't. They did not sign me up for that. As that pitch is fouled back here, you got 2 strikes on Valera, but they did not sign me up for that. I'm assuming that may be Tyler Kemp.
I think that would be a perfect job for Tyler, actually. So that's what we'll do.
I don't know why they wouldn't sign you and I up for that.
That.
Ooh, took something off that pitch there.
Pitch just hangs up high for a ball. 3-2 now is the count. I don't know either. I'm kind of upset with that. So count goes full. Bases loaded. Nowhere to put Valera here. Matt Samay on deck. And that one missing, and that's going to be a bases loaded walk. Tough one there as Calhoun does a good job of cashing in early. They did that in the first game of the day. And so now this will bring Matt Samay to the plate. Still no outs. Bases loaded here for Calhoun. ICC was the same way in the bottom of the first in Game 1, but only could come away with a pair of runs as that pitch in there for a strike. And that pair of runs was off a 2-run home run by Settlemyre. So they loaded the bases after that and couldn't cash in on any runs there.
Yeah, good job at the plate so far here for the Calhoun. That turned on that one. That could get in the hole. It did not. Great job by the shortstop to make the play, get the out there at third. So now you have runners at first and second. A run did score, and that's going to be 2-0 Calhoun.
6-5 on the put out for those scoring at home. It does come with an RBI on the fielder's choice. Heads up play there because that's really the only play they had that time. And so Treadaway comes in and gets the force out over at third. Runners at first and second with 1 out. 2-0 now is the score in favor of Calhoun.
Yeah, that change-up or that breaking pitch he's throwing there, you got to get on top of that and bring that one down. That's ball 1 right there by Bourdon.
So runners at first and second, 1 out. 2-0 Calhoun with the lead here in Game 2. That pitch missing outside for ball 2.
This is Rigdon, is that right?
Yes.
Number 11, Rigdon.
Rigdon batting in that 6th spot. He's playing out in center field here in Game 2. Looks at that pitch. Inside corner for a strike. 2-1 now is the count. Dr. Boz, I'm going to teach you how to operate the scoreboard on the stream here. Not that scoreboard, my scoreboard.
Oh, okay.
That pitch inside because My fingers are backwards. Every time they call a ball, I put a strike, and every time they put a strike, I put a ball.
3-1 count here with Bourdon on the mound here. Again, runners at first and second do have one out, and this is Rigdon at the plate.
A slow roller here, and it's going to go foul. That's kind of a break for the Indians there because that would have advanced the runners, would have almost worked as a sacrifice bunt, but now the count goes full at 3-2 with one out here. Indians needing to find the exit. Would love to turn to Little Caesars double play to get out of this inning, but Calhoun has started this game red hot. Bourdon's pitch, swung on and missed for strike 3.
Big out right there by the Indians. Now that brings 2 outs here. So now there are 2 outs in this inning here in the first now with runners still at first and second. And that brings up, who's that bring up, Mr. Gore?
That's going to bring up Soto, the second baseman, coming to the plate. That last strikeout being brought to you by Renaissance Bank. They are the bank that understands you. You can find out why by visiting RenaissanceBank.com. That first pitch drifts high and inside on Soto, ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first and second here for Calhoun. That pitch missing low for a ball. Well, that's kind of what the Indians ran into in Game 2. The second half of the game, they just struggled to throw strikes, and Calhoun was able to work counts into hitters' favor and actually take advantage of some of those situations. As this pitch is fouled out of play.
Yeah, if you're Bourdon right here, you got to settle down. I mean, you got 2 outs in the inning. You still got runners at first and second, and you got to throw strikes. Forget about the runners where they are in a sense. You just got to throw strikes, let your defense play behind you. Get this third out, and let's go in and hit for a little while.
So 2-1 now is the count. That pitch outside, 3-1 the count. Shadows starting to stretch over Crescent Field here as the sun begins to tuck itself away behind the waterway.
Yeah, that pitch was pretty far outside. Obviously not going to get a swing from Soto on that one. So a 3-1 count, hitters count here on for Soto.
So the 3-1 pitch swung right back up the middle. Bourdon finds it, going to have to hurry. Underhand toss, gets it out, and the Indians get out of the jam with minimum damage done there. But it's 2-0. Calhoun strikes early to lead this one. We're going to keep it here and give you today's starting lineups brought to you by Coke here for both teams. Let's go ahead and start with Calhoun. We've already introduced you to the first 7 batters of the game here. Leading things off was the DH, Rubiera. Shortstop was Tim Samay, and left field is Zawacki. You've got in right field Valera, and the third baseman is Matt Samay. Rigdon is over in center field. Soto is the second baseman. The other 2 batters is Billions. He's playing first base, and then Romans is catching here in Game 2. Pitching for Calhoun is Geller. For ICC, the lineup kind of the same. Actually, the bottom half of the lineup's mixed up pretty good. So it'll be leading things off. He'll be out in center field. Settlemyers will be at second base. Davis still the DH here in Game 2. Rock will be over at first base, batting fourth. McCray will be at third this game. He was in right field in Game 1. He's at third here, batting fifth. Roberts out in left field. Treadaway the shortstop. Ware catching Game 2. Wood batting in that 9 spot. He's in right field. We've already talked about Matt Bourdon is the starting pitcher here for the Indians. So this is Geller taking the heel here for Calhoun. And my goodness, they have pitched a lot of pitchers. He's only pitched 2 innings. He is 1-0 on the season. He's given up 3 hits, 2 runs. Both of those were earned. He struck out 2. He's got a 9.00 ERA. So Brad, time for the Indians to bounce back here in the home half of the first and see if they can answer. That's what they did in the first game of the day. It just seems like every time that Calhoun had something, ICC had an answer, but then eventually Calhoun was able to get the 8-6 win in Game 1.
Yeah, they got to bounce back. They got to get some hits. They got to put together some hits right here, especially in this first inning. Come back, bounce back. It'd be great for them to do that again. This is a 7-inning affair. It's not a 9-7. There are no conference play right here with Calhoun, so they got to bounce back and get that confidence level coming back up after taking that loss in Game 1 and get some guys on base and start making some things happen out there and put them in a position to hopefully take the lead here and, go back up on Calhoun.
I either read those lineups really fast or he gave him a few extra pitches in between the innings there to warm up. As the last game, I kind of had to rush through my lineups to be able to get them in time by the time the umpire was ready. So it's going to be Lee to start us off here.
Jackson Lee.
This is Jackson Lee coming to the dish. You know, the Indians, like we said, they loaded the bases twice in game one. Once in the first inning, couldn't get anything going. Loaded them in the seventh inning and just could not spark a rally late in that one. So the Indians need to see if they can find some bats here early on here in game two. Calhoun leads it 2-0. That pitch across for a strike.
Yeah, good pitch right there. Good opportunity right there. Jackson in there just taking some pitches and trying to see a few because he needs to go back and talk to his teammates about what he's seen at the plate. That is strike two there, though, so he kind of paints the outside corner. Good job by Geller. 0-2 count there on Jackson Lee.
So a much different strike zone than what we saw in the first game, as he's going to set up a little bit further outside to see if he can get him to chase one. Good patience on the part of Lee. That first game today, it was a really tight strike zone. Then all of a sudden, I think the umpire realized, he's like, I'm calling this a little too tight. Didn't necessarily loosen it up that much, but it was one of those he was giving him a little bit off the paint. So 1-2 now is the count. This one hit hard, deep to the gap. Does it have a chance to get out of the ballpark? No, it's going to be off the wall, and that's going to be a double to start the contest for the Indians.
Yeah, he was sitting on that pitch. Again, that was an 0-2 count. A 1-2 count. Definitely in Geller's favor right there, but left that one in there in the strike zone, kind of in the heart there. And Lee sitting on it and drove that one to the right of the 365 mark. I'm going to say he hit that one probably right at the 370 goal, just not enough to get over the fence. Leadoff double for the Indians.
Yeah, that's what the Indians needed right there. Something positive to start game two. As Brad mentioned, it was right underneath that white stripe out there in left center. Well, it's going to be an adventure for the next about 30 minutes for the outfielders here as this ball's fouled out of play for strike one. As the sun's setting, so center field, right field, you're going to be looking right into the sun when something's hit your way. Brad, we didn't have a car hit in the first game of the day.
But everybody's starting to park a little further away. I think they're learning.
I think they are. I don't think they want to get the free shout out for this pitch popped up, jammed him. Impressive that he was able to hit that far off his hands. Pop up by Settlemeyers, reeled in there by the shortstop, of course, and runner unable to advance. One out now.
Number 18, Ben Davis.
Yeah, like you said, it was impressive that he was able to get it out there. Kind of fisted him a little bit in there, and he was just able to jam it and get it out there just past the shortstop. But the shortstop was able to get back and make a play on it. Out number one. Still have a runner at second, and as you said, we got Ben Davis up.
So Davis at the plate for the first time here in game two. He is the DH. That pitch low in the dirt for a ball. 1-0 now is the count here to Davis. Two 2-0 is the score. It was 3 straight singles by Calhoun before a bases-loaded walk to Valera, and then a fielder's choice by Matt Samay that gave Calhoun the 2-0 advantage there in the top half of the inning. That pitch falls off the table a bit too soon. 2-0 now is the count.
Yeah, and, of course, the Indians, you're talking about the sun and all that. They practice here. They play here all the time, so they know how to play the sun in this condition when you have the shadows coming out. You also have the shadows coming out there at home plate, as you can see, which can mess with a batter if he's up there kind of seeing those shadows. So, again, the Indians, as that one's fouled out of play back behind us here, Indians have some experience, but a team coming in who has not played here or has not seen this, it can be a little tricky for them at the beginning, Adam.
2-1 now is the count after that foul ball. Davis at the plate. Geller on the heel here for Calhoun. Runner at second with one out here in the bottom of the first. 2-0 Calhoun with the lead. And that pitch missing low. So after a pretty impressive start by Geller, he just seems to be just drifting a little bit too low in the strike zone here. Now with the 3-1, you don't want to really leave anything up to Ben Davis either.
No, and he's kind of got that on that pitch right there. He had that 3/4 delivery. It's not really an over-the-top pitcher right there, but not a sidearm, so it was more of a 3/4 style. and that drifted outside right there. Good eye by Ben, so that's going to be a walk.
Well, that's what the Indians needed there. Now the tying run is on base. One out now. This is going to be Bo Rock coming to the dish.
Now batting, number 17, Bo Rock.
So Rock will dig in. ICC trailing at 2-0 here in game 2. Rock playing first base. He came in to pitch, was in a position to possibly win the game if the Indians had rallied, but instead made an appearance, did not have a record in that, or decision in that game, as a swing and a miss for strike 1.
Yeah, good pitch, good placement right there by Geller. Just kind of on the outside, just a little bit on the outside part of the plate. It was a strike, and Bo just couldn't catch up with it.
So 0-1 is the count. That pitch outside, 1-1 now goes the count here to Bo Rock.
And one thing I'm noticing about Geller is he's not coming inside a lot on either side. Now, Bo was a left-handed batter. You had your right-handed batters up with Suttlemeyers, Lee, and Davis. Really didn't come inside on them a lot except for Suttlemeyers and the one he jammed him out there. But everything else has kind of been off the plate on the outside part.
1-1 is the count. Runners at first and second. And a nice pitch there. Just couldn't find it as he went fishing for it that time. 1-2 now is the count.
And just as sure as I say something, he comes in on Bo right there with that pitch. Kind of traded it up a little bit.
That's the way it normally works. So waiting the 1-2 offering here for Geller. That one missing just a bit outside. 2-2 now is the count.
Yeah, good eye right there. Good patience by Bo. So got 2 strikes here. Need to put something in play with runners at first and second. 1 out. Main thing, obviously, don't want to hit into that double play. Hit it to the right side of the field if possible.
So Rock awaiting the pitch here from Geller.
There we go.
This one hammered here, and it's going to be down to the gap, and that should score 2. Big-time clutch hit there for Bo Rock, and we've got a tie ball game, 2-2.
Yeah, that was a big double. He hit that one in the gap right there. Again, 2-strike double right there by Bo. It was 2 strikes, I think, on Lee when he hit that double, and so good job by the Indians not giving up on their at bat there, and while they're at the plate, and so that's going to bring a visit by Calhoun out there because the Indians now tied it up 2-2.
Yeah, that was a big-time clutch hit there by Bo Rock. You just saw it on Little Caesars Instant Replay. Little Caesars, a proud sponsor of ICC Athletics here in Fulton. Let's talk about some of our other sponsors: Renaissance Bank, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, Davis Ford, Guaranteed Bank. They were formerly known as First American National Bank. You've got Max Home, the ICC Baptist Student Union, Bank Okolona, Samstown Market in Manatachee, the ICC Wesley Foundation, and the ICC Foundation and Alumni Association. But also special thanks to donations to the Sports Information Indian Club from viewers like you help make this and other broadcasts possible here on the ICC Sports Network. So 2-2 now is the score, and Brad, I know you missed game 1. That's kind of how game 1 went early on. A team would score a run, the other team would answer, back and forth until Calhoun was able to come away with that 8-6 win in the first game of the day. This will now be Dre McCray coming to the plate. Runner at second. And that pitch misses low for a ball.
Yeah, good eye. Again, have patience now. The Indians have tied it up. You have a runner in scoring position out there with Bo at second. Only 1 out here, so got to be patient if you're Dre. Get that pitch and drive it.
So 1-0 is the count here to Dre. This one hit hard to the second baseman. Should advance the runner to third. The throw over is in time. 4-3 for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, good job there by Dre to hit it to the right side of the field. That did advance Bo to third base. Now with 2 outs, you have a runner at third. And so easy opportunity here. I say easy, but it is an opportunity, for Hayden Roberts to drive in a run and for the Indians to go ahead.
Brad, I meant to tell you, between games we saw something I haven't seen ever in a game before, a pitch clock violation in the first game.
Really?
So that's something the umpires are obviously paying a little bit more attention to this year, as that pitch paints the corner for Roberts for strike 1.
Well, I haven't seen that in NJCAA myself.
So 0-1 is the count. 2 outs here. Runner at third. 2-2 is the contest. Roberts fouls this one off, and now the count will go 0-2. Renaissance Bank scoreboard update. They've played 6 in softball, and Wallace State leads it 7-5. So ICC out to their final 3 outs of the contest to see if they can rally and at least extend the contest and maybe try to find a way to win it. 0-2 is the count here to Roberts. He's playing left field today. Swinging and a miss for strike 3. A clutch Renaissance Bank strikeout to end the inning there, but the Indians, they pull even at 2. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this here on the ICC Sports Network.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next?
What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
And welcome back now as we move to the top of the second inning. 2-2 is the score here in Game 2 between ICC and Calhoun. Calhoun got a bases-loaded walk and a fielder's choice to push across a pair of runs. And then it was a 2-run double off the bat of Bo Rock that tied things up here in the bottom part of the first. Now we move to the second. Due up is going to be the 8-9-1 batters. And this is Billions. It's Billions or Billions. Could go either way.
I just like that y'all are having a conversation with each other, and one of you on the air and the other one's not.
Hey, when Laney, look. When she walked in today, I told the guys, like, look, the boss is here. We better act right. I already know my role. As that pitch misses for a ball, 2-0 now is the count. I do that a lot, Brad. I apologize.
No, it's good. I liked it. I was enjoying the back and forth. We're going to figure out.
We're gonna bring a third headset one day for her.
We need to. I agree with you.
3-0 now is the count here to either Billions or Billings. He's playing first base. And that pitch misses for a ball, so that'll be a leadoff walk there.
Yeah, now what you wanted to see right there from Bourdon coming out in the top of the second after tying this game back up. You got to have confidence in your defense and confidence in your offense, and you don't come out and walk, or you hope you don't come out and walk the leadoff batter.
So now this will be, I believe, Romans at the plate now.
It is.
He's catching here in Game 2. And they threw it down to first, and Rock was able to find it, not get away from him there. And then the throw back to the pitcher got away, but nobody advancing there.
Yeah, again, the sun's tough out there, playing tricks with everybody. Again, you got to pay attention, and it's tough out there with that sun and the shadows.
Toss over to first, no tag applied. Well, this is one thing Calhoun likes to do. They like to play small ball when they have the opportunity, try to force the issue on the defense. Dre is deep in the grass, anticipating the bunt. As that pitch missing for a ball, 2-0 now is the count. So 2-0 is the count. No outs. Runner at first here for Calhoun. We're in the top of the second. Showing bunt once again. This time pulls it back and takes it for a strike. 2-1 now is the count. Rubiera is on deck here for Calhoun. He had a single and scored a run in his first at bat. And that one just missing low for a ball. 3-1 now is the count.
He squared around there again, but pulled back once the ball dropped low there and saw that it was low. So you got a 3-1 count here. See if he squares. He is. He's squaring around here on a 3-1 count. Pulls back, ball forward.
Takes it, ball forward. Ball gets away. Runner will not advance there. So back-to-back walks now. And
activity in the bullpen down there, Adam. I can't tell who it is. Of course, Coach McCory is going to make a little mound visit here, rightfully so, here with 2.
Got runners on first and second with no outs.
Yeah, with 2 walks here to lead off the top of the second inning.
Remind everyone you can visit letsgoicc.com to find baseball schedules, recaps, stats. Also visit iccimages.com. Digital downloads available for today's game for $1. You can follow us on your favorite social media platform at letsgoicc. Our next broadcast will be Thursday night for the Most Beautiful Pageant. It'll be on our gray channel, which is technically our Fine Arts channel. 7 o'clock will be the Guaranteed Bank opening statement or welcome to the beauty pageant.
Did I hear you say those digital images were $1?
Only $1.
And I think you're running a special, though. You can get 2 for $2.
Yes. Not a lot of people realize that.
Okay, well, as long as the crowd, everyone listening at home knows that special is not going to stay forever.
It's not.
2 for $2. But squared to bunt again, fouled back.
This one just went final. ICC drops a 7-5 decision in Game 2 at Wallace State, the number 3 team in the country in Division I softball. So tough day there on the road for the Indians. They'll be back in action on Saturday and Sunday. As 0-1 now is the count. This one popped back into your living room. 0-2 now is the count here on Rubiera.
Yeah, now if you're Calhoun, that's not what you wanted out of your leadoff batter right there out of Rubiera, to square twice, foul both of them back. Now you got an 0-2 count. Kind of sets you back. I doubt he's going to be bunting here, but I don't know. I mean, you never can tell. He may square him around, but personally I doubt he'll be bunting here on with 2 strikes.
So 0-2 is the count here. And swung on. Foul ball, and we'll stay at 0-2. Softball will also be in action on Sunday. Both those games will be in Tupelo as construction still going on the softball field. Had a chance to go out there the other day and look at it. Tell you what, that's going to be extremely nice over there, Brad.
Yeah, good job by John Wayne, physical plant staff, and Tim Center and crew, as that is ball in the dirt, so that's ball 2. 2-2 count there on Rubiera, excuse me, I'm sorry. But, yes, the softball complex is going to be extremely nice. We call it the softball complex, but it also does house tennis.
Yes.
So they will be getting a locker room and storage out of that as well.
This pitch fouled off. We'll stay at 1-2. Speaking of tennis, they'll be at home on Friday when they host Southwest. I believe that's scheduled to start right around 1 o'clock. We're still trying to figure out the best way to stream tennis and hope to be able to get a couple of those matches your way this season. Brad, you going to do play-by-play on tennis?
Negative.
Oh, okay. That'll be Laney's job.
That's Laney.
So 1-2 now is the count. No outs. Runners on first and second. Here in the top of the second, 2-2 is the score in Game 2 between Calhoun and ICC.
Ooh.
Big looping pitch, just couldn't quite get on top of it. 2-2 now is the count.
Yeah, don't leave that hanging up too much. But, again, if you're bored on, does run the count to 2-2. If you're Rubiera, you want to try to keep something on the right side of the field here. There's no out, so keep it on the right side of the field. And he did.
And he hits it over the head of the first baseman, and that's going to load the bases. They're not going to test the arm out there. And so now, trouble brewing here. Bases loaded, no outs. And looks like that's going to do it here for Bardon. Second hit of the game there for Rubiera. Timeout on the field. We're going to take the timeout with them and be back with more right after this here on the ICC Sports Network.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
What's next?
Renaissance Bank. understanding you.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, can you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
High school seniors, listen up. Your journey at Itawamba Community College begins now. Registration for ICC's orientation sessions is now open. This free, required, and incredibly beneficial event is a must. Discover the ins and outs of campus life, create your class schedule for the fall. Spots are filling up fast, so don't miss out. Register for one of our spring or summer sessions at www.iccms.edu/orientation.
And welcome back here as we do have a new pitcher in the contest for the Indians. Dixon Webb has entered to pitch. And that first pitch, missing outside for a ball. And I'll tell you what, he comes into a tough situation, Brad. Bases loaded with no outs here. 2-2 contest in the top of the second.
Yeah, definitely tough. Of course, you got your got the corners in right here for the Indians on defense. Ball outside, 2 balls, no strikes here. So you got Bo Rock and Dre McCray playing in on the corners here, hopefully trying to at least get a double play out of this. But we'll kind of see what kind of ball he throws here for Dixon Webb.
That one runs inside, and 3-0 now is the count. So Webb tried to the outside, now come back to the inside, and nothing doing there. 3-0 now is the count. The Indians already walked in 1 run today when they loaded the bases, and they're going to – wow. I was going to say we was going to walk in another, but there was a gift for the Indians as that one was called strike 1.
Yeah, it had a little movement on it, but it did move back. But, oh, goodness.
That one's gone. Grand slam.
Yeah, he was
off the bat of the former Ole Miss Rebel, Tim Samay. And, Brad, we've seen plenty of balls in this ballpark to know when they leave, and that one was a no-doubter.
Yeah, he was sitting on that again, 3-1 count. That pitch that was a gift. I think we wish it wasn't a gift now.
Yeah.
It would have been better to have walked and gotten 1 run in. Now you've got 4 runs driven in there by Samay, so now they take a 6-2 lead. And he was definitely sitting on that 3-1 pitch and drove it well out there over the fence in left field, just enough for our left fielder to turn around and just wave at it, basically.
Yeah, that was, like you said, that was one of those when you heard the contact, well, it kind of you just knew. You knew what the results were going to be. We've seen plenty of those. You know, Will Verdong's dad was here to throw out the first pitch today. We've heard plenty of those balls jump off the bat of Will over the years that sound just like that as that pitch fouled off. 0-2 now is the count as this is Zawacki at the plate. He singled his first time up. It was a race on the fielder's choice. Ground ball to the shortstop. McCray gets it. Throw over. It's a little tall, and it gets him off the bag. E5.
Yeah, he was charging that. Dre was charging it. It was kind of a little chopper to third. He charged it. And, of course, we had to make that throw on the run. There was a little speed there out of Zawacki. And so trying to make that throw on the run, it just kind of drew a little high throw there. It pulled Bo off just enough, again, for Zawacki to slip through on the error. And so now Calhoun has a runner at first. Still no outs, by the way, in this second inning.
Yeah, Valera walked with bases loaded his last time up to push across and run. Looks at that pitch, low and outside for a ball. Indians got somebody else up in the bullpen working now. The Indians have just struggled to find the strike zone today. And when they have Calhoun, they're a good baseball team, and they've made the Indians pay. So that's what you got to do, Brad, in those situations. Work yourself into a hitter's count, and when you see something you can hit it, and that's what Tim Samay did.
Yeah, no doubt. That pitch is fouled back here. It's a 1-1 count on Valera here. So no doubt they took advantage of that, Adam, and made the Indians pay right there. Again, they're up 6-2 here in the top of the second.
Waiting the 1-1 pitch here. And this one off the hands, and it's going to be dropped. Still got a chance to throw him out as the runner thought he was out, but instead, back-to-back errors now. E6 on the Indians. Still no outs.
That was a changeup. It looked like it came out of Webb right there. He took something off of that, and it kind of the contact that was made there by Valera was just kind of a lazy little. I mean, it wasn't really a line shot, but got out there and he just dropped it.
And that was a big break for Calhoun too, because the runner was dead set on going to second. Could have easily turned two there, but instead, still no outs in the inning as that pitch across for a strike.
He squares there, and this is Samay again. Not again, but it's
Matt. His younger brother.
Yeah, younger brother. It is actually Samay again because he's already been at the plate once today.
Yes.
I'll get it right.
He reached on a fielder's choice and drove in a run his last time up.
He sure did. And he's squaring again right here with a 1-1 count. Drops it down too. Nice bunt. Nobody at first.
There to cover.
Miscommunication there by the Indians. Second baseman's got to get over to make that coverage over there because we know the first baseman is charging, and miscommunication there on the part of the Indians. Now the bases are loaded, no outs again here with Rigdon.
Rigdon coming to the plate. Our AD, Dr. Chad Case, checking in. As Rigdon takes that first pitch over for a strike. Very out of the ordinary for ICC.
Yeah, I'm going to count that as a hit right there, Adam.
Mm-hmm.
But, again, it probably shouldn't have been. Now, that one's popped up. Back behind here, catcher's giving chase. Made a catch. Great catch right there up against the Indians' dugout, really. So, excellent job right there.
Yeah, not only that, he kind of tripped over the bats. But the good thing was Dixon Webb. He recognized it late, but he did get there in time to cover home plate. If not, could have allowed the run to score. So now this is going to be Soto coming to the plate with one out and still bases loaded. Breaking pitch across for a strike.
Bases loaded here again. Now the double play is intact here to get the Indians out of the inning. Corners are still in here with McCray and Rock still playing in on the corners. That pitch is in the dirt. Good block there. So got a 1-1 count here.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases full of Warhawks. They've hit 1 grand slam this inning to put 4 runs on the board to lead at 6-2. That pitch high for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Indians trying to find the exit. As Brad mentioned, to be an opportune time for a Little Caesars double play. And that one in there for a strike. 2-2 now is the count.
Yeah, deep fly ball here could get a run in for the Warhawks. Again, if he sends it to the outfield. So keep that in mind. You got a runner at third that could tag.
And that's going to be a ground ball right through the gap. They're going to test the arm. Probably smart that they sent him back, as that's going to be a RBI single for Soto. And the hits keep coming here for the Warhawks. They come up now 7-2.
Number 35, Billions.
And the bases are going to stay loaded here with 1 out. And this is going to be Billions, who started the inning off here with a walk.
Yeah, he started the inning with those 2 walks, as we mentioned. Of course, those were on Bourdon back early. But that led to trouble. That's strike 1 there. Billions taking strike 1.
So 6 of the 7 runs on the board right now do belong to Bourdon. As we can close the book on him. That's going to be a hard shot. And again, just putting them where they ain't right now. It's Calhoun, and that's going to push across 2 runs.
That's going to get 2 in. great job of running right there. Of course, you had some speed on the bases, but great job of running, but also a great piece of hitting. Hitting that ball, again, you got one out, hitting that ball to the right side of the field there. That's what you want because that's going to get runners in, and that's going to help get more runners in, and it did. It got 2 in. Now you got a 9-2 lead here for the Warhawks with us going to Romans here.
Romans walked and scored a run. Has time taken here by the home plate umpire. Now is set to go. Romans catching in game 2. And this one popped up, but the left fielder should be able to make a play on it, and he does. Out number 2.
Yeah, second out. That's a big out of the inning right there to get number 2 out number 2. So that does bring us back to the top of the order with Rubiera.
2 away here. Rubiera red hot, 2 for 2 today with a pair of singles and 2 runs scored. You don't want him to get on base because then you'll have Samay coming back up who's already got a grand slam in this game, and that would be one of the rarest things you would see if he got the chance. So that pitch missing for a ball would be a couple of grand slams in the same inning by the same batter. I'm trying to talk that out of existence, folks.
Is that what you're trying to do?
Trying my best. Trying, like Jim Ingram, when he talks about a free throw,
yeah,
Jim would say he's going to make this one. They'll miss it. So I'm trying to pull a Jim Ingram here.
Okay, I'm with you.
1-1 now is the count. Rubiera at the plate. Good looking pitch there, right down the middle. 1-2 is the count.
If you hadn't been out to the park for the first game, I'm looking at the adjusted menu by the BSU. I mean, I'm going to go through some of this later more, but one thing I'm looking at is they got a walking taco.
Oh,
$5 walking taco. I wonder what in the world. Oh, that one's driven out into the gap right there.
And that's going to be trouble. No, off the glove of a sliding attempt out there in center field. 1 run will score. They're going to ask 2 to score. The throw is in time. Well, they do get the 3rd out of the inning, but 1 run does score, so it now makes it 10-2 in favor of Calhoun. We'll take a break. The Indians, they got a lot of work to do, as we'll be back with more right after this.
At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, we have been working continually through the crisis to meet the needs of our community. Our walk-in clinic is a service that we provide to our patients that want to avoid the wait and exposure of the emergency room. At the walk-in clinic, you can do just that. Walk in with no prior appointment or phone call. We provide specialized treatment for physical injuries like broken bones, sprained wrists and ankles, joint and tendon pain, and sports-related injuries. You can get in, out, and on the road to recovery quicker. The walk-in clinic is equipped on-site with x-ray imaging, casting technicians, durable medical equipment, and injection specialists. Our team is supported by the orthopedic surgeons of the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. Our staff is specially trained in orthopedic-related injuries. We ensure that you will receive the best care for your orthopedic needs. Remember, at the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our story is you.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the bottom of the 2nd inning after, well, for Calhoun fans, a great 2nd inning. For ICC fans, a disastrous 2nd inning as Calhoun put 8 runs on the board. They lead at 10-2 here, so the Indians, well, they got a little work to do, Brad.
Definitely. They need to answer right here and start answering fast. Again, it's 10-2. Got an 8-run lead here for the Warhawks. That's strike 1 on Treadway.
That last put out to end the inning, that was caught Billions at the plate. It was 9-4-2 on that put out as that pitch in there for a strike.
Yeah, that ought to settle Geller down some. I mean, when you got a 8-run lead, you get out there and you know you just got to throw the ball and throw strikes. That's what he's done. That's a ground to second, and that's the first out of the inning.
Ooh, second baseman thought he had threw that one away as Treadaway retired 4-3, and now this will bring up Ware to the plate. This is Brock, is that correct?
Now batting number 9, Brock Ware.
Yeah, Brock Ware. He is a third-generation Indian. His brother played baseball here. His sister was on the softball team. And Brock trying to spark a rally here for the Indians. Well, Brad, the good thing about baseball is there's no time, so you've got plenty of time to try to spark a rally, but right now, that's not how you do it.
Fly out to center.
Yeah, 3 quick pitches and 2 quick outs.
Number 35, Luke Wood.
So 2 outs now, and this is going to be Wood, the right fielder, coming to the plate. And that pitch in there for a strike, Brad. That's really been the difference in the game right now. It's just the fact that Geller can get ahead of the batters and kind of control what he wants. ICC falls behind the batters as this one popped up. Left fielder will go over, and Kemp underneath it for the putout. 3 up, 3 down go the Indians there in the home half of the second. We'll continue to keep that thought here, Brad, but that's just been the case today. The Indians have not been able to get ahead in counts pitching-wise, so Calhoun, who is a good baseball team, has made them pay this afternoon by smashing the baseball. 10 runs on 8 hits, ICC, 2 runs, 2 hits, but they're controlling it on both sides of the ball right now.
Yeah, and you know, kudos to the Warhawks here with their bats. I mean, they're coming out swinging the bats at the plate, but they're also using small ball at times, too, to advance runners and also confuse the Indians a little bit on our defense. Yes, we've made a couple of errors. The errors on the board, so not a clean game defensively for the Indians. But again, they've done a fantastic job hitting the ball, and of course, it started with that grand slam last inning. You know, we want 2 batters to get 2 on, and then they get 2 more on. Excuse me, 1 more on, and then Samay comes up and decides he's just going to get 4 right there with 1 swing of the bat. So great job by the Warhawks as far as hitting the ball today so far.
Absolutely. That's what you talk about. You know, these are 2 really good baseball teams. We talked about close in proximity, so you want to play, 1, because it's not that long of a drive, but 2, you're getting quality competition when these 2 teams meet today, and that's been on exhibit here in Game 2. Calhoun won the first game of the day, 8-6, looking to pull off a rare sweep here at Crescent Field. And Brad, I know you were talking about it a little earlier. Let's go back to that menu you were talking about.
Well, and it's just interesting that BSU has come up with a good different menu this year. I mean, here, and I challenge fans to come out and see it. They got a super dog here on the menu. They've got boiled peanuts this year.
Oh, that's me right there.
That's me too. I like some boiled peanuts. So they've got a lot of different options, and then they have what we call a player combo out here, where you can choose between a hamburger, cheeseburger, or super dog with fries or chips. So come on out, as that is strike 1 right there to Samay, and you got to be careful with him. Come on out to the park here. If not today, hopefully today, come see us this year. I believe that's going to be a good menu. Not that it ever was, but this is a good-looking menu. I didn't miss that. What happened?
Well, the ball in the dirt, Samay tried to put that one out to my house at the lake, and he missed it. He swung so hard he swung himself out of his spikes.
Okay. Well, I knew he fell, and I just couldn't tell. I was so excited about this menu, I could not tell what happened.
I need more information on that super dog. Does it list what exactly a super dog is?
It does not. It just says super dog, kind of like walking taco, as he does get the K right there. Good job by Dixon Webb to do that and get the first out of the inning. But we got popcorn and sunflower seeds, and he even got coffee and hot cocoa, and and if you want to go down to the candy, we got candy. I mean, bring your Valentine here tonight.
Is that pitch going to miss low and outside? I ain't got one, Brad, so I can't bring one.
Well, I was talking to the fans. I don't know. I mean, it's just bring your Valentine. It's a great place to come and try out this menu here.
There's a ground ball. It's going to be a foul ball. 1-1 now is the count. Although you did bring me some chocolates, and Chief brought me some heart-shaped Krabby Patties. Yes.
Krabby Patties.
I'm worried that Chief probably found these on the floor somewhere. And
he may have.
I'm not going to try those. There's a pop-up.
Had him out in front on that. Had him out on his front foot, swung on that one, wasn't able to make good contact, popped up to center field. That's going to be the second out of the inning.
And that's a big turnaround, Brad, because you look at these past few innings, ICC has struggled to get those first few outs in the innings, as started off the first inning with 3 straight singles, and then you had 4 straight hits and 2 errors. Actually, we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 batters before ICC recorded the first out in the second.
Yeah, good job by Dixon Webb. Had a tough outing last inning when he came in with a tough situation with the bases loaded. Kind of settled down here as that's strike one. Got a 1-1 count on Valera here. So we got right field Valera. He's walked and he reached on a error.
Shot right back up the middle. Second shortstop can't get to it. And so that's just going to be a little seeing eye single there with the 2 outs in the inning. Webb tried to make that bare hand grab on it, but I want to say luckily for him he didn't find it, because that had a little heat coming off of it. Now let's bring up Matt Samay. Reached on a fielder's choice that drove in a run. He's also singled and scored his last time up. And he rips this one, and that's going to go for his second hit of the day.
Yeah, good job turning on that pitch. He was sitting on it. Good job to turn on that by Samay to power that out there over third, and actually in between third and short. And so able to get it out there in the left field. Clean single right there for Samay. 2 outs, runners now at first and second.
So this is Rigdon coming to the plate. He struck out and popped up and found territory to the catcher in his last at bat. Big, healthy swing there. 0-1 is the count.
Yeah, they're coming to the plate. They're swinging the bats, and you can't blame them. I mean, they've put runs on the board, put hits on the board, and so good job, again, by the Warhawks.
Another big swing and a miss there by Rigdon. He's behind the count now, 0-2. He struck out swinging his first at bat. That was one of 2 Renaissance Bank strikeouts this afternoon. This one popped up, back and out of play, and we'll sit at 0-2.
Yeah, just kind of protecting the plate there with an 0-2 count, so he reached out, got a piece of the bat on it, Rigdon did, to stay alive, and so still a 0-2 count.
So as Brad mentioned, 0-2 stays the count. Waiting the pitch here from Dixon. There's going to be a hard shot to the shortstop. He finds it. Second baseman's going to have to hurry. And, we caught a break there, Brad.
Yeah, definitely.
I thought he beat the tag because second baseman was not hustling that time.
No, I don't know. Good, yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
Well, the Indians get out of that inning with no damage done. They still trail it, though, 10-2. We'll take a break and come back with the bottom of the third right after this.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
And welcome back, Adam Gore, Brad Boggs, as we head to the bottom of the third inning. Calhoun leading it 10-2 after an 8-run second inning, highlighted by a grand slam off the bat of Tim Samay. And now the Indians getting back to the top of the lineup here. Brad, you look at it, 10-2. There's no such thing as an 8-run hit in this situation. So if you're ICC, you just got to take it one bat at a time here.
Yeah, and of course, the Indians are swinging the bats. That's a grounder to short. Great play by the shortstop and the first baseman to stay on the bag. The shortstop had to move to his right over in the hole to make the play, and that was actually Samay. And came up throwing, and first baseman over there for the Warhawks and Billions had to stretch and did an excellent job. They get the first out of the inning.
Yeah, Coach Collier not happy with that. Thought he had beat the throw, as there was a big, healthy chop there by Settlemyers. I'll say this, if it was close, they owed Calhoun one, because I believe that kid slid in the second before we got to second to end the inning.
Well, I'm with you there. I'm sure it was close, but again, a lot of times those bang plays, it's tough, but it was an excellent play by Calhoun.
That pitch just missing low, 1-2 now, is the count here to Settlemyers. He popped up in shallow left to the shortstop, and his only at bat so far. Swing and a miss. As Geller is rolling here, that's his second Renaissance Bank strikeout. Renaissance Bank, they are the bank that understands you. You can find out why by visiting RenaissanceBank.com. Brad, we've got a new sound system put up here at the the press box, and it most definitely works.
Works very well. For those of y'all, if you can't hear it at home, it works. No, don't turn it. And we're talking to people here.
Yeah, we're talking to Laney.
Yeah, not Laney's in here, and we're talking to her, and she's asking if that one's smoked out there by Ben, and that's going to be a single.
Big hit there for Davis.
Yeah, the Indians needed that big hit right there. Got 2 outs. It's going to bring Bo Rock up to the plate, and Bo had a big double his last at bat, and it was a two RBI double at that.
And so now with 2 outs and a runner at first, Rock will dig in, trying to spark a 2-out rally here for the Indians. Swings on the first pitch he sees, pops it up, left fielder dancing around, trying to find it. Now will camp underneath it and kind of had to jog back a little bit to find it. And that will do it there for the Indians. They get a runner on first, but can't get anything going there. They trail it 10-2 after 3 here in game 2. We're going to take a timeout and let Brad try to figure out what a super dog is and be back with more right after this.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back now as we head to the top of the 4th inning. ICC trailing this one 10-2 here in game 2. Warhawks, trying to complete the sweep of the Indians this afternoon in Fulton. As this pitch swung on, center fielder jogging back and gets it for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. That's what you need if you're the Indians.
Yeah, most definitely. That's what you need. Again, Dixon Webb coming back out on the mound for the Indians here in the top of the 4th. He settled down last inning, and again, starting this inning out, settled down. So good to see that. Indians need to continue to get out so that way they can get back on offense and try to start chipping away at this 10-2 lead.
That pitch missing low in the dirt. 1-0 is the count now. 1 out, nobody on. That one missing low as well. 2-0 now is the count here to Billions. He had a 2-run single, but was thrown out trying to score from second to end the 3rd inning. He's also walked, as there's a healthy cut there. 2-1 now is the count.
Yeah, good pitch right there on the part of Webb. He fell behind 2-0 right there. Now he's got a 2-1 count.
And this one is going to stay fair.
He's
I know they're going to say he
fouled it off his
foot.
foot.
Say fouled it off his foot there. And that was a good call by the first base umpire. He immediately popped up and called it a dead ball, so you can't really argue with that too much if they're going to come up and, I guess, say it that soon. This one hammered and it's gone. Well, I was trying to adjust the other camera. And, Brad, it's the second time today that a break has beaten the boys by a home run afterwards. With that grand slam, we thought it was ball 4 pitched to Samay, and it was a strike called instead. Then he followed that up with the grand slam. Well, the foul ball that came off his foot that stayed fair, or I should say the ball that came off his foot that stayed fair, that would have been a routine out over at first. Well, that one turned into a home run there, too.
Yeah, and credit to Billions to step back in the plate after fouling that one off his foot and just turning on that fastball right there and driving it. Our right fielder had kind of played up some, and, I mean, he was turning around, had him turned around, and it just kept going and going and going. Of course, not a lot of wind, as you can see up in the air today, as that is strike 1-1 count here on Romans, but that's just pure power.
Yep.
I think I just said that, pure power.
I like it.
Thank you.
That,
out in front.
That word of the month.
It is.
Dictionary paying off.
Yeah. Well, it is. Thank you. I'm glad you noticed that.
That was a gift from Jim Ingram. I haven't read mine yet, so don't tell Jim.
Well, I just started.
That pitch in the dirt, 2-2 now is the count.
If you're Dixon, you got to continue to settle down. Don't let that affect you. Easier said than done now, but don't let it affect you and continue to throw strikes. Try to get out of this inning. 1 out.
That pitch inside, missing for a ball. 3-2 now is the count.
No one up in the Indians' bullpen at this point.
Well, they threw about 4 or 5 in game 1, so not a whole lot of arms left. As that pitch high for a ball.
Well, here shortly they may see. Well, now they're getting a little action going on there. If I could say, they may see Coach Collier signaling up to you to run down to the bullpen and start getting warm.
It'll be a bad day. I'm too old for that. As that is, I believe Crowder heading down to get loose. That pitch in there for a strike. I promise you, Tim Center. Well, he's already told me I don't have workman's comp, so he won't care. Tim Center could chunk it back in the day.
Yeah.
Former Memphis pitcher.
Back up to the top of the lineup here with Rubiera here with a 0-1 count to him. So, again, 1 out in the inning, runner at first. That's off the walk there to Romans.
He is 3 for 3 on the day with a trio of singles. This one fouled out of play. 0-2 now is the count. Not only has he singled 3 times, but he's also scored at all 3 at-bats. So 0-2 is the count. There's 1 out here. Rubiera, the DH. He pitched in game 1, but did not get a decision. Runner at first here for Calhoun with 1 out. They lead it 11-2. Thought about it. Held off. 1-2 now is the count.
That was a good pitch right there by Dixon Webb there with 2 strikes on him, and just couldn't get Rubiera to chase it. He thought about it like you said and just didn't pull the trigger, held up for ball 1.
1-2 now is the count. And this one, is it going to drop?
No.
Nice job by the right fielder.
Chance
to double it up, but just rushed the throw in. I think he had a little bit more time to throw that one in, but I like the aggressiveness of thinking, hey, let's try to get 2 out of this situation.
Sure. Yeah, great job out there by Wood in thinking that. Again, that would have been a double play, but the runner there at first, which was Romans, was kind of taking a healthy lead there as it was hit to right field and was kind of showing that he was ready to go to second because he couldn't tell, too, if it was going to drop or not. So, good job, anyway, on the fact of Romans.
That pitch across for a strike here to Samay, who is 2 for 3 on the day. He's got a single a grand slam and has 4 RBIs and 2 runs scored. He struck out in his last at bat, and he was trying to find his second home run of the game because he swung himself out of his spikes on one of those. Toss over to first, not in time. Pitch low, gets away, and the runner will advance on the pass ball.
Yeah, ball in the dirt right there a little bit, and, of course, just wasn't able to pick it up, and we weren't able to pick that as far as where back there to get the clean pick to get the runner or hold the runner at first. So now you got a runner in scoring position if you are the Warhawks. Do have 2 outs.
Ground ball, third baseman. McCray looks the runner back to second, throw across the way, pulls the runner off the bag. Did he stay on it? Yes, he did. Close, bang, bang play, and a big-time break there for the Indians. 6-3 on the putout. And the way the Indians have gone today for the Indians here in Game 1, you're happy to see that call made there. 11-2 is your score. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Before we do that, we'll take a break and be back with more right after this.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Playing on tour takes years of dedication, hours of practice, focused precision, and nerves of steel. That's how you become great at the game, but not how you should bank. That's why Allie Ewing chose Renaissance Bank. Their easy-to-use app makes banking a breeze, no matter where she is. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're now in the bottom of the 4th inning. ICC trailing at 11-2 here. And the Indians, well, they got to spark a rally somehow, and it can start right now, Brad.
Yeah, again, you can't go up there if you're the, going to the plate. You can't think you're going to tie this thing up or do a lot of damage with one swing of the bat at this point. You've got to go up there and start putting some hits together. As that ball, that's a ball one, and then the ball sails over the pitcher's head there of Geller.
That would be me if I was a catcher.
Yeah, but you've got to put hits together so that way you can get runners on base. Now, obviously, everybody knows baseball, but the only way you're going to score runs is to get runners on base. So put together some hits, start hitting the ball, and start chipping away at this lead.
This one popped up. Second baseman going to drift around shallow center field and squeeze it for out number 1. And Brad, you just got to be a little bit more patient. That was a pitch that was up in the zone, and I know that's where McCray likes those pitches, but just got to kind of lay off those and work yourself into a hitter's count. But at the same time, though, Geller has thrown well today and not really put himself in any damage.
Yeah, after inning 1 there, Geller's really settled down, of course. As Robert showed bunt right there and fouled it back. Of course, again, Geller has done a fantastic job. Don't get me wrong with this statement I'm going to make, but hey, when you get a 10-2 lead, you go out there and you're on the mound. It provides you a little more confidence too to get out there and start slinging the ball. That's what he's been doing. So he's a great pitcher, doing a great job, but his offense has also done a lot of good work for him and put runs on the board. As that's ball one count there to Roberts.
That and his defense has been solid. No errors so far in game 2 here. The Indians have committed 2. Grounder right back to Geller. He waits on it, gets it, tosses it over for out number 2. 1-3 on the put out there for those of you scoring at home. I wonder if anybody does that anymore.
I hear you say it a lot, but I don't know if they do or don't.
Now batting,
Just,
number 23.
Should we ask?
Yeah.
Poll.
Take
a poll.
Take a poll. Hit us up on Twitter. If you still score baseball games, old school way, when watching games. I do when I go to MLB games. I don't necessarily do it when I'm watching at home, but
if you did, I'd be worried about you.
You tell me to leave your work at work, Gore. Is that pitch missing outside for a ball? I bet you Chad Case does.
I know he does. Now he gets into it too much. He's all into the games, and I mean that swung on that pitch right there. It's going to be fouled off for strike one right there on Treadway. But yeah, Dr. Case, he's intense. I mean, he's always intense at anything. I mean, he's watching every sport at home. He's scored them all at home. It even goes down to, I know he's doing pickleball now.
Yes, he
is scoring that.
He is a pickleball champion, as a matter of fact.
Well, he was, and I did not realize that till the other day. But when I was having a talk with him about that, and I think you should interview him sometime about that, but how he was able to advance to that pickleball championship.
Well, he wouldn't have really let anybody know, but when we went to the last AD meeting, he wore his pickleball championship belt buckle.
Oh, I like
because he wanted to brag to Patrick Oates, and Patrick told me about it.
Didn't know that.
And so that's how I found out about it, is that pitch missing outside for a ball. So, yeah, he got a little too big for his britches. He wanted to press the other ADs, but that kind of backfired on him now. So,
well, I think if anybody wants to know anything, you come talk to Dr. Case sometime. As that pitch is swung on, chopped, it's going to be a tough play, but they make the out there at first, third out of the inning. But come talk to Dr. Case sometime about all his intensity as well as his new pickleball adventure.
Absolutely. If you got any sponsorship out there, he would love some sponsorships as he's looking to go national on the pickleball scene. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
Now batting, number 18, Zawacki.
And so now we head to the top of the fifth inning. ICC trailing at 11-2 here in Game 2. Calhoun, if you're just now joining us, picked up an 8-6 win in the first game of the day. New pitcher in the game here is Reeves Crowder, and that was a nasty sidearm breaking pitch in there for a strike. Swing and a miss, strike two. Crowder out to a quick advantage here. This is Zawacki, Valera, and Matt Samay due up here this inning. 11-2 is the score. And then that's a breaking pitch that did not break and hits Zawacki. And that's going to be the third time he reaches today.
Now batting, number 24, Valera.
Tough break. That's kind of just the way the game's going today for the Indians. You get ahead, finally ahead in the batter 0-2, and then you end up hitting him.
Yeah, most definitely. Of course, that pitch is fouled off, took something off of that. Crowder did, and that was Valera just fouled that one off down into the parking lot there. But been a tough day so far for the Indians as they check him at first. But you look at the scoreboard, 11 runs, 11 hits for Calhoun, 2 runs, 3 hits, and 2 errors for the Indians. So
this one hit a mile high and back to the warning track, and he's going to squeeze it. Didn't have a whole lot more room to go. That one was listed at 365, probably hit it about 363. So out number 1.
Number 12, Samay.
But when you compare that, Adam, and again, you look 2-3-2 for the Indians, 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors. And then you look up and then you got 11-11-0 there. So, tough day for the Indians, but kudos to the Warhawks for what they have done in the bats.
Absolutely. As we talked about, these are 2 good baseball teams, and boy, the Warhawks have most definitely shown that today. 1-1 now is the count.
Yeah, this is Samay up to bat. As you mentioned, he singled his last time, and he does have an RBI on the day.
Mm-hmm. So he drove in a run when he reached on a fielder's choice back in the first inning. He's actually got a pair of singles today and scored a run.
Yeah, kind of took something off that pitch right there. It was off the outside part of the plate. Got a 2-1 count.
That pitch drifts high for a ball, Brad. I felt the breeze shift, and I understand why a lot of fans are no longer here. Kind of chilly out there.
Getting a little chilly. It's supposed to drop down. Of course, it was a warm day today as that's check over at first. Very warm day. It got everybody fired up, including me, and thinking, man, this is good stuff here with this mid-60s weather and short sleeves, and it's going to cool back down tonight as he draws a walk right there. Samay does. I did see, too, I think it's really supposed to dip back off again this weekend, I think, but I don't know it's supposed to stay that way, but it's supposed to dip back off.
That ain't good because we got softball this weekend.
Yeah, that's not good.
So runners on.
Oh,
that ball gets away, so runners will advance here. I was going to say runners on first and second, but the pass ball now allows them to head over second and third, both of them in scoring position here.
Yeah, it looks like if this holds true, again, I am not a meteorologist. I just like to say that I'm one when I stay on a holiday. Anyway, Saturday, high 46, low 25.
You want to help with softball Saturday?
Wait on me.
Okay. Don't hold my breath.
I wouldn't. See, it's a slight breeze blowing out there in center. If you see the flag, as he takes a cut out there, he's way in front of that with that swing right there, and was out in front. So that's strike 2, 1-2 count on.
This is Rigdon.
This is Rigdon. Okay. It's not Rigdon.
No, it's not Rigdon. This is a new batter in the game.
Yeah.
So number 37 at the plate is that pitch missing low.
That is going to be Max Morrison is who that is.
So Morrison coming into bat here. We need to keep an eye on that. They may have made numerous changes in this situation. 2-2 is the count with 1 out. Runners on second and third.
Ooh,
strike
good pitch.
3.
Good pitch right there. Placed it on the outside part of the plate. Froze Morrison, and that's 2 outs.
2 away now, and this is going to bring up number 10, Perez.
Number 10, Perez.
Coming to the plate, so another new batter in the game here. So 2 away. So that pitch outside for a ball. (11-2) is the score here. Brad, it's important for the Indians to get out of this inning because if not, run rule will be in effect in the bottom half of the inning here. And they called a balk.
Oh, well, run rule will be in effect.
That's my bad. I said it and it happened. That's on me. I'll run a lap, Rick.
Get you a couple of foul poles at the end of the game.
I will.
Gore.
That's my bad.
But yes, run is in off the air by the Indians. It's now 12-2.
Hard hit ball to the shortstop. Gets it. Only play is over to first, and it's in time. And we'll take a break. Indians got a score run in the bottom of the 5th, or this one's over with. Back with more right after this.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
What's next?
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Welcome back now as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning. 12-2 is the score. Brock Ware, Wood, and Lee scheduled up here for the Indians. Geller still on the hill here for Calhoun, and rightfully so, Brad. He has pitched quite a beautiful ball game today.
Yeah, and then leads off with a strike right there on Ware. So great job again by Geller thus far this evening, and that's strike two on the outside part of the plate. Ware quickly down 0-2 here in the count. Indians have to start putting something together here and needs to get some runs across the plate.
This one fouled back over the top of us here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth.
You think I can get your car?
It didn't. If one of them ever gets my car, that's impressive because I kind of tuck it under the press box. Because, by the way, we talked about it before, is this pitch missing low for a ball. Jimbo built this press box. This press box has survived 3 tornadoes, probably a couple of fires, and everything else. The only thing I've ever seen messed up on this thing was one shingle flew off.
One shingle, that's it.
So that's the reason why I park. If I hear there's a tornado coming, I don't go to the band hall. I come here.
Get in here.
Yes.
I don't blame you.
2-2 now is the count. This pitch fouled back and out of play. Will stay at 2-2.
Yeah, good job by Ware to reach out, get a little piece of that one just to stay alive. Again, as you said, 2-2 count.
We're in the bottom of the fifth, 12-2. Calhoun with the lead. Impressive game 2 by Calhoun. And this one's fouled off. Nice job finding a piece of that one to keep the at-bat alive here by Ware.
Yeah, Ware staying alive with there, battling at the plate, trying to put together a hit here and get on base. Find a way. You got to find a way to get on base if you're an Indian hitter.
So waiting the 2-2 offering here from Geller. Dribbler to the right side, and somebody's going to have to hurry. And does he get there?
Nope.
Nice job to beat that one out by Ware. Just one of the rare miscues today by Calhoun.
Yeah, I don't understand that. But that's, again, I wasn't out there, but it's clearly the second baseman's ball right there. First baseman never came back. First baseman was doing all he could to bust it to get over there and cover. But the first baseman never got back to cover the bag. So heads up play by Ware to run that ball out and, stretch it out and get on base.
So that'll be a single there for Ware. That pitch low for a ball. Yeah, I think Ware noticed that they were in a jam in that situation, so he caught an extra gear and was able to beat that throw out. 1-0 is the counter for that pitch missing low here to Wood. That pitch, wow. Looked to be a little inside, but called a strike. 1-1 now is the count.
Inside part of the plate apparently right there on Wood, and so 1-1 as you mentioned. Again, the Indians have got a runner at first, no outs.
So waiting the 1-1 pitch here, as Brad mentioned, no outs and a runner at first.
Ooh.
Nice pitch.
Don't know.
Apparently, I don't know what a ball and strike is anymore because I thought the last one was a ball, thought that one was a strike. And
he may have given that one back to him.
2-1 now is the count. That's what I'm thinking. A little bit of a makeup call. This one ripped, and my goodness. Coach Collier, you can tell he's done this for 27 years now.
Didn't even flinch.
Didn't even move. He just hung out.
Yeah. No reason to be alarmed, he said. 2 balls, 2 strikes, on Wood here.
2-2 pitch. That one's going to miss outside and gets away, and the runner will advance now as the count goes 3-2.
Another miscue right there by the Warhawks. And if you're the Warhawks, this is a time, in my opinion, if you're them and you're their coach over there, you're like, look, guys, yeah, it's a 12-2 lead, but we can end this thing right now. Another miscue right here. That moved the runner up to second. Now the Indians have a runner in scoring position.
So waiting the 3-2 offering here from Geller, and then it hits him.
All right, and it's just kind of falling apart right now. I mean, again, for the Warhawks, and I was going to say, I expect a mound visit, and you get it.
So the coach is going to come out in this situation here and talk things over. Let's take the break with them and be back with more right after this.
High school seniors, listen up. Your journey at Itawamba Community College begins now. Registration for ICC's orientation sessions is now open. This free, required, and incredibly beneficial event is a must. Discover the ins and outs of campus life, create your class schedule for the fall. Spots are filling up fast, so don't miss out. Register for one of our spring or summer sessions at www.iccms.edu/orientation.
Number 2, Jackson Lee.
And welcome back now. The Indians trying to get something going here. Runners on first and second after a single to start the inning by Ware. Wood was hit by a pitch on a full count, that is. And now this is going to be Lee coming to the dish. He doubled in his first at bat, grounded out to the shortstop. And his last rips this one, but right at the third baseman. That's just been the way the ball has bounced today here in Game 2 for the Indians. But credit there again. And we saw so many great plays at third base by Matt Samay. And then also, I think it was the Indians' third baseman. I forget his name. He's not here in Game 2, but some great defensive plays, and that was another one there by Samay.
It was, yeah. Fantastic play. That would have scored. You got to step on the bag. He did. This could be a double play to end the game, and it did.
A Little Caesars double play to wrap things up as the Indians fall in this one by the final score of 12-2. We'll move right into the Renaissance Bank postgame report. And, Brad, your final thoughts on this one.
Again, good job by the Warhawks coming in and doing a good job of hitting the ball. They came in. Look up the scoreboard. We've got 12 runs, 11 hits, no errors by the Warhawks. And then, of course, the Indians were only able to muster 4 hits off and put 2 runs on the board. So, great job. Geller went the distance. They asked their pitcher to go the distance. He did. And so, had a rocky first inning. I say rocky. 2 runs were scored in the first inning by the Indians. But what a job by battling back. Again, there were 8 runs. I do want to put that, announce that is 8 runs by the Warhawks were put on the board in the top of the second. So he comes back in the bottom of the second with a 10-2 lead. Fantastic job. Settled him down a little bit. Knew all he did was had to throw strikes, and that's what he did. Great job by the Warhawks. They came in here. They took the total dominance of this game and were able to end it early.
They win Game 1 by the final score of 8-6. Game 2 by the final score of 12-2 and 5. That'll do it for today's broadcast. We appreciate you tuning in for ICC Baseball. Thursday night, join us for the beauty pageant on the Gray Channel. And then Saturday and Sunday, weather permitting, and the internet permitting as well, because we'll be in Tupelo. We'll have softball coming your way on Saturday and Sunday. Visit letsgoicc.com for more schedules and more. Follow us on your favorite social media platform at Let's Go ICC. For Dr. Brad Boggs, I'm Adam Gore saying so long from Fulton. See you next time here on the ICC Sports Network.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next? So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.